My days off have begun, so with that, I've got more time than ever to play the shit out of Temporis. Happy Easter, by the way. Today, we're gonna start doing the Wobble Island quests. We're trying to accomplish 100% coverage here on the Wobble Island quests. Where the fuck is Wobble Island? It's not alphabetically sorted. The fuck is this? Okay, yeah. If I can, I will do all of these, and that will basically be the main topic of today's episode. We left off at level 79, 510 tokens, and we're gonna see how far this puts us, especially because most importantly, of course, we get the cow at Dofus. So let's not waste any time talking and start getting to it. And so the torturous walking around all the time began, starting to remember all these tunnels, because you lose your sanity slowly as you remember and memorize all those tunnels. So guys, don't be fooled by that intro. I do actually make it pretty far here. Like, we don't just stop at the Wobble Island quest, we actually make insane progression. I didn't even remember that we started this episode with only 510 tokens, because our end result is definitely way ahead of that if you've seen the thumbnail. So yeah, the cow at Dofus was really important to me, or rather to do the cow at Dofus, because the wisdom is actually insane, and also of course the quests you do, it's a really good way to get some tokens, which is also something we'll use again later in this episode. But basically in this sped up footage right here, you see everything up to the point where you have to do Wobble's Warren, and obviously after that you then have to do Wobble, and then is actually already the point where you get the cow at Dofus. So here, most of this shit is actually just walking around. There's this one room with pressure plates where you have to have 2 other people. Funnily enough, I happened to walk in when 2 other people were right there waiting, so I just helped them out there and we did the fight together. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I can recommend to you guys to Google for sites like Dofus Bule Noobs or just the Wobble Island achievements on the Dofus wiki. Plus, if you want to fast travel back to the point where you pick up all the quests, just kill yourself, defeat. That's great advice. Just kill yourselves. If you want to go back, just kill yourself. No, if you want to go back there, just kill yourself. Even if you don't have the energy, there's a phoenix statue right there. So in case you haven't done the Wobble Island quests yet, abuse that as well, because it just saves time, and obviously that's all you guys want to do here. The quests are a little obnoxious, but there's definitely worse quests to do. Like, if I look at some other quests I've been doing so far, it's definitely not the worst one, I think. But yeah, that being said, there's not much to point out about these quests. Like, a lot of them are just running around, clicking on certain things, going back and giving it to some other foxes or whatever they are out there, or killing a lot of wobbits or whatever. But of course there's also the occasional trips to the skeleton gravestone island or whatever and the other islands there. But I'm pretty sure you're aware of these quests now, but if you haven't actually done them, get to that ASAP. Like, seriously, I cannot stress that enough. These are an important step, so is to Coco and so on. But of course I'll continue illustrating that in this series, and you'll see a lot more the following days, because I'll finally get the time to catch up with everyone. And already I think I'm not even that far behind, because in this episode we do get the infant Grifferus, and honestly I don't think too many people already had that yet. So I'm pretty proud of my progression, because when I got the normal Grifferus, a lot of people already had it, but the infant Grifferus isn't like the most common thing yet, at the point of recording that at least, because I don't know what's happening now. But I also want to be rushing towards that bigger bird, you know, the next one. It's gonna take a while to get there, but I'm so excited because I have more time than the average player now for the next week, and I'm gonna do my best to rush up there and be one of the first people still to get it. Well, one of the first people is still like over exaggerated, because obviously the first people to get it already got it, but I want to definitely get it before the majority does, and I think that is definitely possible as well. Now, as I said, next up came the Wobble's Warren. A body Dolan helped me out here. He's already like, I don't know what level, like 160 or whatever. I don't know. He's grinding this too much. I don't know. He doesn't seem to have too much to do. No. But in all honesty, he helped me out a lot. I didn't particularly mean to recruit him, but he just offered to help me out, so that's fine, I guess, for me. I guess the good part about these second and third wave things with redoing the dungeons is that lower level people are still helped out by higher level people, because they need the achievement anyway. But actually, he helped me get Impertinence and Blitzkrieg here. Yeah, I didn't think something like that could just happen like that, but we did get Duo, Impertinence, and Blitzkrieg. So we killed the enemies in one turn, and we always ended our turn next to an enemy. I thought that would be way too obnoxious to do, and we had to restart once because push damage ruined it for us. But damn, it was insane, and I'm glad I got all of those out of the way in one run, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without Dolan, that's for sure. But that was actually insane, and like probably the best single dungeon run I've ever gotten, because that is just like pretty fucking impressive, and like those achievements as well, like whew. Now for the quest line, or rather for just like the story and the achievements here to get the cow with Dofus, next up I also had to do the Wobble dungeon, or rather the Wobble's Warren. Yeah, I did just already say Wobble's Warren, but that was wrong. That was the Wobble's Castle, which is like level 60, and this one, Wobble's Warren, I can't believe I'm saying that over and over, it's like level 80 or whatever. And that's the one I'm actually doing now. Right, now that that's cleared up, Wobble's Warren, level 80 dungeon, had to recruit 2 people to help me out. The achievements are Blitzkrieg and Clean Hands. Definitely can't do Blitzkrieg yet, definitely requires some more planning or like recruiting or like higher level or whatever to do that. But yeah, we did Clean Hands, which is pretty neat because one of the guys had this like dragon summoning spell, which was pretty cool and helped out a lot at killing these boys. And generally the dungeon wasn't too hard because with 3 people obviously that's pretty chill, and I'm not too weak either. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that while we were doing this, I actually bought a Royal Indigo Blob set to put on because obviously I reached level 80, so I can put that on now, and immediately I had more max HP, more chance, so that was pretty chill. And I was like, fuck, why not? It's only like 20k for the entire set, so I decided to buy that, and I'm pretty sure it paid off because yeah, it was a small investment for better stats, so that's why I did that. But now let's actually grab the coward Dofus from the throne room. Alright guys, if I remember this correctly, we just put this fancy costume back on, yep, and then we are able to grab ourselves the coward Dofus. Yep, there we go guys. So at this point we've got pretty much everything here done from the first 4. I think we just need to go over to this guy, so let's just kill ourselves there. Yep, okay, put these things back on, put on this lovely coward Dofus. Look at the minor player drop, that's pretty cool. We show this to him, and there we go, that's another achievement done. So back to here, we got 2 more achievements here, right? We got some quests that we can still do, and I want to do these quests still because obviously quests are good. It's gonna give me XP, it's gonna give me an achievement here, a cool ornament, which is obviously the primary focus of what I'm doing. Just kidding. We didn't get too many tokens or too many levels, but we didn't actually spend too much time on this either. So yeah, let's just keep going with these other quests. Now began the second chapter of what I'd call the Wobble Island adventures, but this was the most painful experience yet. Like honestly, holy fucking shit, this sucked. Like this sucked very hard because most of this entailed me just fighting these mobs, and I'm excited when this is uploaded to actually just watch the sped up version of me tearing through the amounts of wobbits that I killed, because I killed a shit ton of them, and crushing all the items that I dropped during this entire time took a while guys, I swear to god. But yeah, I had to drop these weird cards that have a 6% drop rate, and then I also had to, I don't know, like just kill a lot of them, I guess. I don't know, that's really most of it. Then I had to go to this room again to activate these pressure plates again, which was pretty dope I guess, because it was like 2 minutes and I was through because I love Temporis. But yeah, I don't know, there's not much more to say. I hope I'll never have to kill this many wobbits again. I don't think I'll ever want to see a wobbit after this. I'm not gonna use Wobble Island ever again. Like I really don't want to be here. I actually suffered, like I suffered killing them for that long, you know. It was glorious weather outside. We barbecued later that day, that was pretty nice, but it was glorious weather. I could have at least been chilling in the garden, you know. I didn't have to sit in front of my PC all day, but I had no choice. I had no choice. I had to do it for the views. Obviously guys, don't forget that all I'm doing is just for the views. I just want to be famous, which is why I make English Dofus videos. Okay, that was a very, very bad joke. No, but we've pretty much completed that now, so let's accept the achievement and continue with this episode. Finally, after an insane grind of these stupid creatures, we've made it just to unlock this fancy ornament. But hey, I'm not mad, this ornament is pretty damn cool. So, before we decide what's happening next, we've gotta get rid of some of our stuff, so we'll check out what we can sell and whatever, and put some stuff in the cellar, crush some stuff, and then we'll continue. Right, now that we've actually managed to clear our inventory a little bit again, so we have more space, you can already see it here. We've got 20, I just discovered a new number, Pog. No, now that we have 10 Twiggy Daggers, we've now reached alignment 0 as Marion. So what we're gonna do now is do a few alignment quests, and with that, get a lot of quests. What the fuck? Are you serious? How? Yeah, but with that we're gonna have a lot of quests that we farmed, so that is definitely something we'll go ahead with now. And so I did do as many alignment quests as I could right now. You're gonna be able to see in a second what actually stopped me, which is something I expected. There's a lot of easy quests here, like these are actually some of the quickest quests ever, and a lot of them as well. So definitely it's needed for this server. If you want to get a lot of tokens, choose an alignment and do the quests. I personally chose Brock because on Echo I chose Brock and I already know some of the quests. So as to save time, I then went and wanted to become Brock. I just want to be the most time efficient as possible, so that's why I chose it. So basically these quests go all the way from just walking around and shit, where googling is really needed, or just giving him some items, dropping something from enemies, and now more and more also doing certain dungeons. And once you're at the end of the dungeon, you need to click on something and then bring it to him, like with the Quaqua. Like at one point I had to do the Quaqua dungeon. I'm not sure if it was in this time lapse you're seeing right now or in another one that's coming up, but that is just an example. But yeah, with that, let's go back to the live commenting world thing. Why do I call it that? Okay, so as you can see here, we've made it to this one quest that I remember quite vividly. We get assigned and dated leave, which means 24 hours. We get a cooldown where we can't do any more of these quests. I wanted to get this out of the way as soon as possible because I know that I'll have to wait the one day, and if I actually want to grind these quests out and I have to wait 24 hours, that's kinda annoying. So I guess we're done with those for now. We're still quite a long ways away from acquiring the infant Griffors, which I would really like to get this episode if possible. So let's just go ahead and search for another way of getting further. Okay, so what I basically did next was I compiled a list of all the quests that come to question right now, or rather the quests that I can do right now and I know I'm gonna do because I need farm quests for these stupid Tempokans. So I started off with doing some Crossmos quests, where for one quest I need to run Bruman Tinctorius Laboratory, if that's the name, and then for the other one I just need to collect a lot of different Brabmarok jokes, if you know that quest. Anyway, I did a lot of those quests, and basically what I wanted to do is farm quests till I'm at 175 quests done, because that would be the point where I have enough tokens for the new Petsmount, which was my goal, and those 650 tokens which I need to get are just 2 times 40 from the quest achievement, so I thought it's probably one of the easiest ways to just do that. So yeah, after completing the Crossmos quests, I then went on and did some quests in the Borg camp. Now I've never done quests there before. For a lot of them I had to buy stuff to be time efficient, but it was pretty fine. I got a lot of quests there as well. I mean, a lot of them is over exaggerated. Like for one, I had to actually sit in a pit and farm trulls that spawn like every few minutes, and then some other people joined in and we did the trulls together, but that was kind of annoying. So for almost 3 hours I sat here doing almost only the Crossmos and the Borg camp quests, but in total it was a lot of them, and definitely paid off. It's just a lot of grinding to get a lot of quests done, especially after you just get the easy ones done, and I think one of the main focuses I want to have during this server is actually doing a lot of quests, because that's where you gain the edge over the people that are too lazy to do them. So as much as it sucked, I kept on working on these, and yeah, you can see in the background that I did a lot of walking around and general stuff. Like with Crossmos, they were still pretty interesting and not too annoying, I mean except for the Astro Barrier, because navigating through Astro is a pain. But in the Borg camp there was a lot of weird shit, like as I said, being in the Trull pit, killing Trulls or whatever, or buying someone 97 Borg beers, it's kind of stupid as well, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I noticed a lot of quests that are outside of Astro and whatnot require you to give someone resources, food, equipment, whatever the fuck, which is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. I don't want to give people my money or give them stuff that is worth my money, but I guess I have enough money right now, so I don't need to complain. And of course these aren't the only quests I did, so let's see what I did next. For the next quests, I went to Kanya and did the Kanya Blanca achievement, or rather all the quests I could do. One of them required me to transform into a goblin, for which I would need to buy a potion for that, or at least most easily, and I would have to get Almanax tokens for that, etc, etc. So that didn't work. So basically I just ignored that one quest and did all the other ones. A tip to find quests that you can easily do: go to the achievements tab, look at the quests from different areas and see what mob drops they give you as reward. If the mob drops are kinda close to your level, then chances are you can do those quests. But if you look at the Sofokia achievements and they give level 200 resources, chances also are they are level 200 quests and not something you should try yet. So yeah, I went to Kanya and I saw that the one achievement there I was definitely in a state to already be able to do. I believe another one I'm gonna be able to do as well soon, but I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of them had to do with just running around, or a lot of them actually were fighting. So you'll be able to see here, I go to Kanya Massive, Kanya Fields, basically all areas that aren't like Kanya Peaks or whatever are covered here, so like all the areas that are pretty low level. And you actually do get some drops that are worth something, because there's a lot of resources you could technically farm for money on the server that are just really high in demand. Like the leather drive belt is like 25kk, even though it's like a 8% drop rate or whatever thing from these level 50-60 enemies in the Kanya Massive area. But yeah, I recommend you guys doing quests like these as well. I hope you can find some quests here in this video, like quests that you haven't done yet and that you didn't realize you could do for some progression on the Tempokin achievements. And yeah, that was still not it, because I still needed more. So sadly I had to still move on and still do my best to search more quests, and so I did. For this last passage, this last sprint of doing quests here, we did some random ones but also continued on some, because one thing that is to note here, that it is the next day already. That was, well, yesterday now, the Sunday, and the first part was recorded on Saturday. So I did some random stuff. First of all, I just did the Boosters dungeon, because that actually completed the quest for me. I think it gave me the cry emote or some shit. It's a quest that you get in the Smith workshop, I believe, in Ankama village. On another note, I also did some quests in Ankama Castle, aka I did all the 4 quests or what it is in Ankama Castle, which is like pretty quick for quests. And I went down to Cinnamon and Brock. Basically that entire area is where I spent the rest of my time, because I did the first Cinnamon achievement. I've never done those quests either, but they were fairly chill. I had no real trouble with that. So yeah, I did the first quests in the Cinnamon area, in the Caravan Alley. That's where most of it was, and the Desolation of Cinnamon. And there's some other achievement there as well, which I'm not sure I can do yet, but I didn't need to, because lastly I was also able to do more alignment quests now, because the time was up. 24 hours I thought didn't yet pass, but I was able to get more quests from him, so I didn't complain. I just moved on with those because alignment quests are just the chillest ones. So I was able to get a lot more quests from alignment quests there as well. But the most annoying part was when I was supposed to kill elite Kafirs. I still hate pronouncing that, or trying to pronounce it. I had to kill them. Every one of them had a 100% chance of dropping an elite Kafir helmet, and therefore I had to kill 15 of them. Doesn't sound too hard, because I only need to go to this graveyard place to the east side of Brock, right? Because elite Kafirs spawn there. But because everyone else also thinks alignment quests are a great idea, there's no elite Kafirs there. It's fucking impossible to find them, so it took me way too long to find 15 elite Kafirs. And now if you're wondering why I still want to do it right now, if I was just trying to quickly get that next Petsmount, well, it was the last quest I had to complete, so therefore I got extremely stubborn to be able to do it. So yeah, that was most of my time spent there. This is also like another, I don't know, 3 hours or whatever, or 4 hours of recording here. I can't really see it here right now. Actually, can I check? Oh, yeah, so this is about, yeah, over 2 hours. Over 2 hours of footage for sure. And yeah, I spent a lot of time on this video. I have 11 hours of footage, or 12 hours, or 13 hours or something in total. And that was like, whew, quite the adventure to get through. But I hope with the time lapses you were able to get a good insight into it. And yeah, well, with those quests finished up, you know what's about to happen. I'm about to get the ultimate, no, not the ultimate, I mean just the camo version of the Petsmount. Oh my god, there we go guys, at long last, we've done it. 175 quests, we've got the achievement. What's our next order? Let's just see. Find someone who knows about magic poisons. Isn't that just great? Guys, the grind has been unreal to get all of these quests here. You saw how much I had to play. It's 7 PM on another day again. I played a lot here for this episode, but I'm pumped to be actually able to spend this much time on this right now. So now after we log in our character, oh, we get another achievement. That's pretty cool. And now we receive our infant Grifferus. There we go, guys. So officially we remove this thing. Evolve. Behemoth Reflex. What? What the hell? I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay. But now it is time for us to put on the cooler thing, right? And look at this. Oh, this looks fucking sick. Okay, so this guy now gives 20 of each element and 180 vitality and 2200 paws. Just because he gives paws, I want to keep him around instead of like another pet right now. But like, I don't know. It looks so cool. Okay, guys, we've finally done it. We have got the infant Grifferus. We have 679 Tempokins now. We are level 92 already. Got ourselves almost 1800 achievement points and of course became a Brakmarian. So there's a lot more cool stuff stuff that I want to do. I gotta empty my inventory now and stuff like that, but I'll soon get on to making the next episode. We'll get some more levels, probably some more dungeons, quests, the Coco, Watchers, Dofus, a new set at level 100, all that stuff. I'm so excited. I'm gonna play so much now, and I'm gonna have so much cool, exciting content for you guys. So if you appreciate my efforts and me literally not sitting in my garden and enjoying the nice weather because I'm trying to catch up with people to be supplying more interesting content on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Chances are if you're watching this right now, you aren't subscribed to the channel, so be sure you are, because you can support me for free like this. But that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode on Temporis 4. Bye!